Good morning, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Instagram. However you're checking us out, we appreciate it. It is Monday morning. Jamie and I have been busy working all morning doing our community meals. So Jamie's plating up there right now. We made a great chili today, a 2-bean chili with local Genesee Valley beans, local pasture-raised beef, the ground beef. I even put a little bit of sunflower protein in there. It's ground sunflower protein that we use here at the restaurant. It looks like ground beef, but it's not. It's sunflower, and it's really awesome stuff. But most of it's beef. 2 beans, black beans and pinto beans from up north from the Genesee Valley. Jersey tomatoes, organic chili spices in there. So I wanted to talk about how hard it is to buy granola, because I actually bought granola today in a bulk container, a 25-pounder. It'll be here tomorrow, because we have people asking for more breakfast items. Marcus, can you get us granola? Can you get us pancake mix? Can you get us things like that? Because we're already doing mimosa kits, and we love the mimosa kits, but we want a pancake to go with it, or we buy your eggs, and we want something else to go with it. Granola would be nice. I've got a couple people that specifically asked, so I was on the mission to buy granola this morning. And I just want to share how hard it is to buy a really healthy organic granola. Good morning, everybody who's tuning in. If you're tuning in, drop a comment, #live if you're watching live. If it's on the replay, #replay, or drop a comment of where you're tuning in from. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Jackie. Hi, Ellie. So I've got a bunch of people on right now. I'm going to just go onto my computer here and head over here so I can probably read more comments as they come up. So, hope everybody had a great weekend. It was nice out yesterday. I know.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday was nice out. We got a run in and a bike ride in on Saturday, Jamie and I, so that was awesome. All right, I'm just going to my computer here. So I wanted to share a couple things about buying granola, because buying granola is not an easy thing based upon people think granola is healthy. People automatically think, oh, I'll go buy some granola because it's healthy. It's got some whole grains in it. It's got some dried fruit in it. It's got walnuts in it, or raisins, or whatever, and dried apples. And I went onto the site this morning, United Natural Foods. United Natural Foods is the biggest organic natural food distributor in the country. We do buy from them because there's certain things that they only have. But more and more of these producers, like Bob's Red Mill, Lundberg Rice, Veganase, a lot of these producers are now switching to get into more of the other distributors, of the food service distributors, to regular restaurants. Not many chefs are buying the stuff, but it's out there. And there's a great redistribution center that a lot of these organic suppliers use, which can help me pull a lot of these products from any distributor, so I can a lot of times bypass UNFI, but UNFI still holds the goods on a lot of this stuff. So Jackie's asking, what hours are you open for people to come in and shop? That's a great question, Jackie. So typically we open at 5 o'clock every day. If you're not getting food, and if you message Jamie, she might be able to make arrangements with you to come in a little earlier. I'm not sure, because we run around all day doing a lot of things. We're extremely busy picking orders. So for example, if you can start emailing your orders now to us, and we'll start at 1 o'clock, start picking orders, because we have a bunch of orders lined up. We're picking a dozen different orders every day, maybe even more. And so we use that afternoon time to get everything together, pick orders, get our display set up for 5 o'clock. So when you walk in, so if you were to come in tonight, let's say, Jackie, you wanted to come in when we're open tonight, you would schedule a time with Jamie, because we just don't really let people just walk in and out. So that's why we schedule all the pickups at certain times. We space out all of our food coming out of the kitchen, and so people don't overload either curbside pickup or the dining room. You have an option to come in or curbside. We'll do both. So we don't want a bunch of people in the restaurant at one time, so that's why we schedule everything out. So, but some people do walk in and say, oh, I heard you guys sell this and sell that, and they come in. If you don't mind coming in, we don't have a problem with that. Of course, mask, things like that, be safe. Don't, crowd other people, because other people, even if you're okay with it, other people do get offended by it. So just be conscious of other people. We try to be very conscious, so that's why you'll see when people come in, they'll stand in different spots. So now, if you want to come in, we can make arrangements to come in and you take a look at everything. Because a lot of times people walk in and say, oh, I didn't know you had that. I didn't see it on the list, even though it's on the list. That's just what happens, right? So you're welcome to do that, and because you'll probably find more things that you will like. So we don't have a problem with that. So Jackie, if you just want to email us, make arrangements with Jamie or give her a call after 12 noon. We're doing our community meals now. So you can make arrangements. That's great. Yesterday, we sent out a thing for deliveries. We're seriously considering doing grocery deliveries to 45 minutes away, an hour away, 30 minutes away. And yes, if you live in Accord, if you live in Wurtsboro, we can take care of these. I just wanted to get some outlying regions mapped out and get a feel for who's out there. So if you're in Wurtsboro or if you're in Accord or if you're in Pine Bush, those are easy to do. Those are much easier. Ellenville, we can accommodate. We just don't have a setup schedule right now. So Jamie and I want to set up a schedule like, okay, every other Monday we'll go to Northern New Jersey. Every other Monday we'll go to Kingston, Woodstock, Saugerties, things like that. So if we're on our way to Kingston, of course we can stop in Stone Ridge. We can stop in Rosendale, things like that. We can make those kind of stops. But we just wanted to map out the vaster outlying areas. That was yesterday's email. Today's email will go out soon, and we will also do another same questionnaire in there. Don't click everything. Don't click don't go through and just click all the links, because it's going to tag you for all those links. And when we go to email you and say, hey, we're coming to Kingston, and if you really live in Middletown but you click the Kingston link anyway, you're going to get that email, and it's going to misguide our original numbers. And it goes to the same exact page, folks. It goes to the same page. It goes to our grocery page. Nothing's different. It just tags you, telling us internally that, okay, we have 30 people that are on that Kingston, Saugerties, Woodstock area that are interested in deliveries. We have 30 people in Warwick, Monroe, Middletown, Goshen that are interested in deliveries. That's all that's doing it. So if you're clicking those links, all the links, it's going to tag you in all those areas, and you're going to wonder why you're getting an email from us when we're delivering to Warwick and you live in Kingston. So I encourage you not to just click away at those links. So let's get back to well, before I start talking about granola, we have 3 specials today. 3 awesome specials. 3 awesome specials. So Jackie's saying she lives in Ellenville. That's Jackie. Call us. We'll make arrangements. We're happy to make arrangements. We want to get you guys great, high quality food, organic, local, sustainable, all that kind of stuff. So, and if you have no menu items off of our menu, then obviously we don't have to cook something for you in the afternoon. The kitchen's not open. You can come in and just grab your salmon, your beef, and things like that. There's a couple new items we're adding on today. We added fresh buffalo mozzarella on yesterday, the weekend. I think we sold out. More will be coming in tomorrow. Scallops are sold out. Scallops will be back in tomorrow. Calamari will be back in tomorrow. Granola will be in tomorrow. We added Bob's Red Mill, their organic 7-grain pancake and waffle mix. This is the same stuff that we use here. Exactly the same stuff. It is all organic ingredients. Really great stuff. Some great ingredients in here. Most pancake mix, by the way, if you look up pancake mix, especially in the restaurant world and on the shelves, like you buy Bisquick or Aunt Jemima pancake mix or any of those Crusties, whatever it is, they're loaded with flour and sugar, flour and sugar, flour and sugar, flour and sugar. That's typically what those are. So read ingredients, and the granola is going to be exactly the same thing as we're going to find out. So added this on. Granola will be here tomorrow. Jovial gluten-free pasta is back in stock. We got a little bit of this, and more comes back in tomorrow. This is organic brown rice pasta from Italy. Really cool stuff, Jovial. So I wonder if I can switch. I know I can. Let's see what I can do here. If I can just switch this around here, yeah. Beautiful. There we go. Now you can read it. Excellent. So, Jovial pasta. Sorry. I should do that ahead of time. I apologize I don't do that. So, there we go. So, yeah. So now you can read things. If you're doing Facebook Lives, There's a simple way that you can switch how that's done. Reverse that. You just go into the bottom right-hand corner and you see the tools, hit the tools, and you'll see you can flip screens upside down and reverse things so people can actually read what you're showing them. I apologize, I don't do that more. Let's see. Here we go. Granola. So I bought a 25-pound of bulk granola for tomorrow that will break down into 1-pound units. We have a meter scale, we have a cryovac machine, so we're pretty much set up to break things down. So I'm gonna go onto this site here, and I'm gonna start reading off ingredients. So literally, when you go to buy granola from United Natural Foods, they literally have 100 brands. It's insane. 88 Acres, Annie's Homegrown, Arcadia, Aurora, Avalanche, Back to Nature, Bakery on Main, Bark Thins, Bare Naked, Bearded Brothers, Betty Lou's, Bob's Red Mill, Bobo's Oat Bars, Bundle Organics, Califia Foods, Cascadian Farms, Caveman, Chobani, Chum Bites, Cliff Bar, Creative Snacks, DNX, Don't Go Nuts. I mean, you can see I'm just reading off all these brands. These are all the brands that go all the way down the alphabet of everything. So I said this morning to myself, what is the best brand to actually buy? What is the one that's going to have like the best ingredients, the least amount of sugar, the least amount of refined sugar? And this is a health food distributor, folks, that's selling that stuff. This is a straight up health food distributor that's supposed to have healthier products. 9 out of 10 brands that I went through and researched on here, because I can see the ingredients, the second ingredient straight up was sugar. Second ingredient, no matter if it was or certified organic or natural or whatever, or it sounded great or this or that, or is a brand you try, like Cascadian. Cascadian's a huge brand owned by General Mills. They cut corners left and right. They might have been the first ones out there in the 70s selling pure natural organic foods, but when they get gobbled up by other companies, they start cutting corners. And sugar, folks, is an insanely cheap filler. This is why a lot of people use corn syrup in foods, because it's cheap. It's a subsidized crop. It's a commodity, and it's cheap to use the stuff as a filler, and it gets you addicted to their stuff. I was actually surprised a lot of these natural brands even had sulfites in the dried fruit. They had quote-unquote natural flavors. Which means it's a made-up flavor that mimics a natural flavor. So don't get confused when you start reading labels on food and it goes, oh, blueberries, and then in parentheses, sugar, natural flavors or whatever, or you see the word natural flavors on ingredients. That just means that that flavor was created, not out of natural ingredients, it was created to mimic a natural flavor. So very, very confusing. So if it says natural flavors, it's nothing special to brag about. Food coloring goes in some of this stuff and some of the ingredients. They would dye the strawberries to make the strawberries pop and look. They'd add sulfites when they dry it. It was really, I know to read ingredients, but I was surprised, like even Nature's Path, which is a very, I'm going to click open their product right now. Second ingredient, evaporated cane juice, which is sugar. And that's evaporated cane juice is in the first 2 ingredients. It's really just, folks, you have to just read ingredients. Aurora Natural, this is the first thing on the list. Let's open it up. Vanilla oats, rolled oats, sugar, maltodextrin, canola oil, not expeller pressed, barley malt, honey, molasses, milk powder, tapioca syrup, natural flavor, sea salt, dried cranberries. First ingredient, dried cranberries, is sugar. This was the theme down this whole list, and that's Aurora. Nature's Path. Nature's Path is a great brand, by the way. First ingredient, gluten-free rolled oats and evaporated cane sugar. You're into cane sugar, the second ingredient. So sugar. Cascadian Farms. Here we go. Ingredients: granola, which is rolled oats, brown rice syrup, not bad, but then sugar, straight up sugar. And that's listed right on. Folks, you have to read ingredients. Right now, more than ever, you do not want to put white sugar into your body. White sugar kills your immune system. White sugar is not good for your immune system. Your body knows that something's going on, and it's like, invaders are coming in. Get on guard. And you can see there's study after study about how white sugar will break down. I'm not talking about all sugars like a pear or an apple. Those digest totally different. It's a totally different thing. So it took me literally like 20 minutes, 25 minutes this morning to go through and research and find the very best granola that I could find that had 0 refined sugars in it. 0 refined sugars. It's actually was sweetened with fruit juice, so it has fruit juice in it as a sweetener to sweeten everything. And I was like, wow, okay, great. There's one brand, and there was a couple brands that stood out. But like, so here's like Kashi. Kashi is known. They were bought out. They were known to be a great company. Evaporated cane juice, right there, sugar on their second ingredient. Second ingredient, dates. Dates came first. Dates and then sugar. Actually, the dates, the sugar's in the dates. Brown rice syrup. So, folks, sugar is all over everything. It's insane how what happens. You just have to read and read and read ingredients. Today's specials, we have 3 specials today. Today's specials, it is Teriyaki Monday. So beef teriyaki, $9.99 tonight. Grass-fed beef, sliced thin. We marinate it overnight in a little organic tamari, a little rice vinegar. It marinates overnight, some spices, garlic, ginger, and then we grill that off, slice it, grill it off, and that is the beef teriyaki night teriyaki sauce with our organic brown rices and broccoli. Now, the second one that we did last week with massive success was wings. Wings we did for $9.99 last week. Our cage-free, our free-roaming chicken that we use, no hormones, no antibiotics, vegetarian-fed. Those are the wings we use all the time. $9.99. We ran out of wings last week, and I apologize. I stocked up this week on wings. I would love to run out because that means we'll do double than what we did last week. So I would love to run out again, but I also love for everybody to get them, so that wants to order them. So we doubled up on that. And I threw a third one in the mix. I threw a third $9.99 special tonight. Our mac and cheese. If you saw me the other day at the smoker, I was smoking those strip loin end roasts. This is from the strip steak. It's from the strip loin. It's the last couple cuts. I took those butts in there, those end loins that you can roast off really nice, and I smoked those nice and slow. Rub them down with our barbecue spice, which is a mixture of coffee, black pepper, and a lot of other spices. Organic spices, by the way. I think everything in there is certified organic. Even our coffee, everything that goes in there is certified organic. The reason we use certified organic spices is because spices are irradiated. So it doesn't even matter how they grow the spices, because some people, oh, well, what do you mean they harvest that wild, Marcus? That's this wild spice shoot. But when they pack them, they irradiate them. They kill them, they irradiate them, and it's dead food. This is why if you take red pepper flakes that you normally see, and they're always bright a year after you open them because they're treated. Red pepper flakes that are not treated and non-irradiated, once you open and break that seal, they will start to diminish the natural color because it's still a natural product. So spices need to look good even if they're a year old, so they do funky things to spices. This has nothing to do with the growing of them, the production. This is how they actually process them and pack them and make them look. So it's really nice that that a lot of our distributors will send us analysis, like we just got a couple things in from one of our distributors, a bunch of organic things that were shipped in, and they put analysis sheets right with it. Like I could see, like our evaporated coconut sap, they did the salmonella analysis, the E. coli analysis, the mold analysis. They showed us everything, and this is how a lot of our foods come from a couple of our organic distributors. They send us these analysis to make sure that everything's in the safe zones and this and that, and it's really cool. So, which you would not get, any normal distributor or any conventional brand. So, mac and cheese special tonight. Mac and cheese special with that strip loin, $9.99. $9.99 tonight. Email's going to be going out soon. So, Jennifer says cancer likes sugar. Yes. Cancer does like sugar. If you have cancer, you'll find a lot of doctors out there that are saying no sugar, zero sugar, no white sugar. You know, get even maple syrup, even honey. Get rid of all that. Alkalize your body. There's a lot of research that's done out there on it. I saw you smoking. Those are the cuts. Yes, Jennifer. Yes, you saw. That's the stuff I was smoking out on the smoker the other day, just 2 days ago. Loaded the smoker up with those, so that is there. I cut those up. We cubed those up. We just cubed those up now. We made a mac and cheese sauce for tonight. We're cooking pasta. It's going to be $9.99 smoked strip steak mac and cheese is what it's going to be called. And that's going to be $9.99 tonight. So that will be on our email that's going out. All right, folks, I have to get back to work here. I've got to get the email going. I've got to help finish packing up lunch. We made a chili for our community meals today. Jamie's there packing them up. There's the to-go containers. We made a chili out of local beef. We wanted to sell local beef. We wanted to sell our local ground beef, our supply, which is a great supplier farm up here in Dutchess County. And Travis came in the other day. He stopped in and got lunch, him and his family, for takeout. And he's like, Marcus, I'd love to sell more beef, but I can't because I've sold out in the last 7 weeks what we normally sell all year, basically, in our retail. And he goes, I have a next batch of cattle going in June or whatever date it is. And he goes, I can't book any dates, and the processing plants are overbooked right now. All the processing plants, local ones, are all overbooked. That's because the big guys, like Smithfield, some of them have shut down production. So expect commodity beef prices to rise in the grocery store because they're not producing like they used to produce. And expect that your local supply to run out because there's just now everybody's switching to local, which we should have been doing to begin with, and set up a whole better system of food to begin with, but that didn't happen. And a lot of us, most of America, relies upon this mass-produced food when we don't really need to. There are better systems. In fact, Russia, I read a story a couple years ago how in Russia, over 90% of the population eats off of farms that are an acre and a half or less, something ridiculously small, that even in larger countries or in larger populations, that a more local approach does work. And a lot of people grow things, when we were just in Italy in November, we go to Italy every year, and we were in Spain the year before, you see every yard has a garden. Every yard grows an amazing, beautiful garden. That's what they do. You have a garden. You grow a lot of your own foods. And folks, my grandmother had an amazing, amazing garden. I remember this as a kid. And she would can her tomatoes. We all probably have memories of grandparents or certain family members doing this, or an uncle. She would can her own tomatoes. She'd have her own tomatoes all winter long. She wouldn't need to go buy canned tomatoes. You freeze stuff and you save things. So it's totally possible through this conversion, and hopefully, because this is happening, we're going to know that, hey, we can rely upon foods, and you can grow stuff in your yard. If you've ever seen our backyard here at the restaurant, we grow a lot of kale back there, a ton of kale. We used to grow tomatoes. The tomatoes just overtake everything, and it's like a jungle back there, and it's hard for me to keep up because we're so busy. We grow a lot of herbs back there, so we grow a lot of things that are back there, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. So if you can easily start converting some of your own grass into garden space, lawn, or you can do pots. You can go online now and buy so many, you can take pallets and put them on an angle and hang up stuff and grow vertical gardens. I've seen people that have taken the 5-gallon buckets, drill holes in them for drainage, put rocks in the bottom so it drains the bottom, it doesn't get soggy, and then grow immense gardens out of 5-gallon buckets that restaurants are throwing away. I guarantee you, if you go to a diner right now, if you go to a diner and say, hey, can I have your 5-gallon buckets from pickles or something like that, or mayonnaise or this or that, that they would probably sit there and hand you 50 of them. You don't even need to go to the store to buy pots for this. This is something that you can just go to a restaurant and say, hey, we're always giving things away when people ask. We save things, we give them away. So we save all of our buckets. And then people ask, hey, I'm like, here you go. So there's 20 buckets, there's 30 buckets. But some diners, some of these busy restaurants, literally go through a 5-gallon bucket of pickles every few days, a couple a week. They're buying a lot of things in 5-gallon buckets. They have a big supply of these. So, let's see. Anything else for now? No, because I gotta get to work. So Bob's Red Mill pancake mix is now in stock. We have eggs in stock. We got a bunch of stuff in stock. Check out our grocery list. And remember, folks, read ingredients of the things you're buying. Read ingredients. Even though it says organic, even though it says natural, even though it's in Whole Foods or in a health food store, read the ingredients. All right? It's just one of those things you cannot trust where you're shopping, what you're buying, based upon the label, based upon the concept of the store. Read. That is one way to take your health into your own hands, is by doing that. Folks, thanks for tuning in, by the way, everybody. I really appreciate, Jamie and I really appreciate all the support. So, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm just reading some of the comments. And thanks, Jennifer, for commenting. Hi, Greg. Mark is on. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll talk to you later. Stay tuned for Jamie's happy hour live at 4 o'clock today. She apologized she couldn't get on the weekend. We were rocking and rolling this weekend, packing a lot of groceries, busy. We open at 3 o'clock on the weekends, so 4 o'clock is a little tough sometimes for Jamie to commit to doing her cocktail happy hour with her. We open at 5 o'clock on the weekdays, so 4 o'clock is a little more feasible for her to do that. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.